In this issue of Fashion Classics, we head north to Canada and uncover Toronto's top fashion spots. First stop, the Liberty Grand.
So here's the Fashion Design Council of Canada's little exhibition area. And this is our tagline this season, cool fashion from a cold country.
Go behind the scenes at the International Academy of Design.
We opened, the first school in Toronto was in Toronto. We opened, I think it's 18 years ago, 1986 approximately, somewhere there.
See how Canada's fur industry is really heating up. Visit Flair Magazine, a homegrown publication with a sense of direction.
We started back in the 70s to address this new population growth in Canada that was working women who were self-sufficient and had their own income.
Get the scoop on MAC Cosmetics.
MAC was actually born in Toronto in about '85. I really truly believe that this company redefined what makeup was.
Plus international fashion icons Dan and Dean Caton of Dsquared.
We're Canadian boys, and this is our country, and we're here supporting them, and it's great to see that they're supporting us.
It's all things Canadian next. In Paris, fashionistas flock to the Carousel du Louvre, and in New York, it's to the tents at Bryant Park. In Toronto, Fashion Week is held at the historic Liberty Grand.
Hi, I want you to meet Nick DiDonato. He's the owner of the Liberty Grand Entertainment Complex, which is where we're hosting Toronto Fashion Week. And we're going to take you through the building and show you a little bit about the exhibitions, the fashion shows, and let Nick tell us about the history of the building and why he's here and how great it is. I'm curious myself, actually. Like, I'm so at home here and how beautiful it is, but it obviously wasn't like this.
No, we've totally restored the building to its 1930s splendor. It was originally an outdoor pavilion for the CNE, Canadian National Exhibition, and only used 3 weeks a year.
So here's the Fashion Design Council of Canada's little exhibition area. And this is our tagline this season, cool fashion from a cold country.
Fur was the founding industry of Canada hundreds of years ago, and now, with new techniques and design innovation, fur is getting a new face.
Furworks is a whole new concept in fur. It's sportswear in fur, so it's a lot of small pieces that are exciting and much more lifestyle oriented. And then the Design Network program is ready-to-wear designers who are included in a program to develop sort of innovative techniques of incorporating fur within their fabrics and in their collections.
The whole beauty about it is that it is natural. It's a soft, luxurious kind of feeling to it. I did some sort of sportswear looks in shearling skirts, a dress. I did denim pants with a shearling swirl, denim jackets with a shearling vest over top. Lots of different looks.
I think people are ready for fur, and it's very natural that we should wear fur. But I think it can't be the old techniques. It has to be very light, it has to be fun, it has to be wearable.
I'm a mostly evening wear designer. I don't use massive amounts of fur. I've combined it with lace, Chantilly lace from France. I've combined it with some prints. I've combined it with jersey. So basically, I'm just showing my evening wear with some touches.
It's very popular today, and it's back. It's important to know that no endangered species are used.
Our objective is really to break the image of fur as a luxury product for older women, rich people and all that. What we want to say is that fur now works for everybody.
For more than 2 decades, Flair Magazine has been on the forefront in bringing international fashion and beauty to Canadian women.
We started back in the 70s to address this new population growth in Canada that was working women who were self-sufficient and had their own income, and they were coming out of the homes, they were leaving university, and it's like, what do you wear to work? So basically we started as a service magazine to give professional women beauty and fashion advice.
Styles may change, but Flair's objective remains the same.
We really service our readers in the sense that everything that's in the magazine you can buy in Canada, which seems like a very simple thing, but not a lot of magazines on our newsstand provide that service. So we will make up the trends as we see fit based on what's out there and based on what we think is right for Canada. I'm on the board of the Fashion Design Council of Canada, which puts the Toronto Fashion Week together. I joined the fashion team, Adrian Schumer, fashion editor, and Derek Chetty, our market editor at all the shows, and just to get a sense of what's going on and to make sure we're on top of everything, which we have to be. We are aware of the international trends, and we will show our readers the international trends, but what we really like to do is interpret the trends in a way we think it's meaningful.
Linda Evangelista and Yasmin Ghauri weren't overnight stars. Many supermodels early on in their careers gained exposure with Flair.
Linda Evangelista had her first cover with Flair. Shalom Harlow had her first cover with Flair. Well, the cover models, yeah, we either, basically you want a beautiful, friendly image or something that's going to be really, really strong. And what we look for is a Canadian, because our readers like to hear about themselves, and you can get sort of American, celebrities on Glamour, Marie Claire. So that's really, again, another point of difference is that we promote Canadians. So we'll have people like Nelly Furtado, Alanis, Kim Cattrall. Yeah, this was when Shania was just breaking. This was, 97, so I'd been editor for maybe a year. And that's when, the whole celebrity fashion fusion thing was really sort of, peaking. And she was just the biggest get in Canada at that time. So when she did agree to do our cover, she came here and she did fittings, and it was very exciting for us. And so this will always be one of my favorites. We're really about servicing the Canadian woman and making sure that she has the fashion and beauty information at her fingertips that she can use in a really relevant way to her lifestyle.
For designers just starting out, finding a platform to showcase their talent is tough. This is where the Toronto Fashion Incubator steps in.
The Toronto Fashion Incubator is a nonprofit small business center that nurtures and supports and promotes new Canadian designers. And we do that by providing promotional opportunities like participating in tonight's new label show.
It's a good thing you are learning on your own experiences, like how to quickly do stuff by due dates.
We get to experience how the real shows are made.
And no fashion show could take place without all the backstage preparations.
The makeup has been really tied in with the look of the garment, and in the hair we've taken aspects of the clothes designs and incorporated it into the hair designs. Each designer has their own set of models, so we can fully do their look.
I wanted everything perfect, so I have to check it. It's a day dress collection. I want the woman feel when she wear a day dress, as she feel when she wear an evening dress. You know the feeling you have. You feel like you are the queen of the night.
It's very contemporary, very feminine, a lot of construction, a lot of asymmetric.
It's not an easy business, but these designers are learning what it takes.
It's always hard, to do something, but you have to be like doing and pushing and keep going. It's nothing easy in life.
I was inspired with the art of Hans Arp. My clothes is very feminine, and the woman wearing my clothes is delicate, feminine, and sexy. But at the same time, she's very strong and she knows what she wants. I hope Toronto fashion scene likes what I'm doing.
My philosophy is deliverance. So my girl is a woman that wants to be set free. she can wear at the same time really nice and feminine and sophisticated clothes with some multi-textural tops or blouses. So she's stylish and chic and feminine, like all in one. Hopefully I'm going to sell these clothes. You know, it's an amazing opportunity really for new designers.
Almost all of the young, hot designers who are making names for themselves, I'm really proud to say that they are members of the Toronto Fashion Incubator.
When in Toronto, shopping is a must. And who better to help us than Flair Magazine's market editor?
Hi, I'm Derek Chetty, the market editor for Flair Magazine, Canada's national fashion magazine. And today we're going to go shopping to some of the best stores in Toronto. As market editor at Flair Magazine, it's my job to find all the merchandise that we're featuring in the magazine. Right now we're at Corbeau, which is a shoe store, primarily a shoe store, but they also carry a selection of fashion, clothing. They know exactly what to buy. Any hot item, they'll be able to instantaneously identify it on the runway, and you'll find it here at this store. We'll start with this little jeweled number. It's by Jimmy Choo. It's like the Cinderella shoe, I would refer it to. It sparkles, it's great at night. It's just the thing for the red carpet, if you have a red carpet to walk on. Well, some of the designers that Corbeau carries, Andy Muster, great black top. Fringe is really a big thing this season. This great little gem of a store is called San Remo. And it's got a lot of great, sexy apparel for women. This is Deanna, the great owner with great taste of this shop. You're right across the street from the Windsor Arms Hotel, so you must have a lot of celebrities that drop by.
Well, you know, just being in Toronto where so many celebrities come into town, basically everyone who comes into town drops by our store because it's pretty original and it's stuff that you can't find anywhere except in Toronto, so it makes it really interesting for them.
The thing with my job is like you constantly have to go around, check the stores, find out what's hot, you know, that sort of thing. You have to be on the market, as they say, looking at stuff, taking notes. This is a great boot. I think we should feature this in the magazine in one of our summer issues. So I'm going to arrange to send a courier tomorrow, if you can send the pair over to the magazine.
Sounds great.
And we'll shoot it. And we're a friend of Holt Renfrew, one of the major department stores in Canada. This is sort of the Saks Fifth Avenue of Canada. This is where you would come if you're looking for any great designer labels, and it's a definite stop on your shopping tour. Some of my friends think that I have a really great job, you know, because I get to do a lot of shopping. But one of the things that I always tell them that if you hate shopping, this is not the job for you. And that concludes our shopping tour of Toronto. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
For designer Tien Lee, Toronto Fashion Week is part of his fashion dream come true. Lee got his start in fashion studying at Toronto's prestigious International Academy of Design, where he recently visited.
I do come back time to time, say hi to the teachers, you know. I love the school. I mean, after a little while, I used to live here practically, you know. And now I'm like, okay, I'm home again, but everything looks smaller.
I mean, looking at Tien's things, I can see things that Tien did very similarly 4 years ago. I mean, a little more modified and a little more polished, but the root was still there. We opened the first school in Toronto. We opened, I think it's 18 years ago, 1986 approximately, somewhere there. I started in the second year of the school. It's 18 years later. We're recognized as one of the 3 major schools in the country for fashion design. Canadian market's an interesting market. There is a marketplace for a Canadian designer to go out of a school and very quickly be able to make it in the first couple of years. I think a student here has the benefit of being in a much smaller city, in a much smaller population. I mean, it's a large country, but the population is very small. So for a new student coming out, if they've got the energy to get out there and do it, they can pretty quickly network themselves. It's one of the things that the students very quickly discover here is that they actually have to do everything. So they have to know how to thread the machine, they have to know how the machine works, they have to be able to sew the cloth, they have to be able to cut the cloth. It isn't just a design school where they draw nice pictures of stuff. They actually have to do it. As part of our resource center, we go back to Video Fashion Monthly from 1984. I do a lot of interviewing of students when they're first here, and the word that I hear repeatedly, I mean, I just can't tell you how many times I've heard the word dream. We really fight to not kill the dream. Still to give them all the skills, show them how much sweat's involved, how much labor's involved, how many nights you got to stay up to do the project, but still keep that dream going, because it's what they're going to need when they get out there. They've got to have that lust, that ambition, that drive, that focus, that want, that desire. By the time they leave here, I really hope that they still have that dream.
A favorite of makeup aficionados everywhere, Canada's MAC Cosmetics is a constant backstage. Toronto native Gordon Espinay has played an integral role with MAC for more than a decade, first as a fan of the line and now as head makeup artist.
Well, MAC was actually born in Toronto in about '85. The two Franks, Frank Toscan and Frank Angelo, the two co-creators of MAC Cosmetics, decided to start up a new cosmetic brand that really reinvented cosmetics. And I really truly believe that this company redefined what makeup was. We have since grown into a giant company in New York, but still keep that very basic sort of connection to the makeup artist, because that's really who's made MAC what MAC is. And that's where my role comes into play, is to make sure that the talent is of the best caliber in this company.
MAC has evolved into a philanthropic company through sales of their Viva Glam lipsticks.
So far, we have raised in excess of $20 million towards AIDS. And that makes every MAC employee very proud to know that we're doing something also that has a conscience.
Inside Toronto's Bloor Street store, Gordon gave us some simple tips for creating the look of the season.
So this is the basic Fall 2002 face, and it is about the face looking beautiful, not really about any one feature standing out. The face is in harmony. The most important thing for when you don't want to be wearing makeup, but you want to make a difference with your eyes, is an eyelash color. We're going to have a little bit of fun here and do something that is more of a makeup look. There's been a lot of sort of smoky eyes, dark eyes for the fall of 2002 as well. So we're going to play with some ideas, the new smoky eye for the fall. What I always say is, with a smoky eye, the darkest part of the eye is going to be the closest point to the eyelash. So as you can see right now, I'm starting with a black pencil, and I'm going along the lash line. Now I'm using a new fall color from MAC, and it's called Shadowy Lady. And you can see it's a blackened plum eyeshadow. We're going to start with a number 266 angle brush, and we're actually going to blend that eyeshadow over the pencil. So that's going to soften up the pencil line quite a bit. Using more of a tapered brush, I am now going to blend that eyeshadow, starting from the outside, blend in. And as you blend, you're basically cleaning your brush off, so it's going to fade naturally. This is an old MAC brush that I'm using here, which is still one of my favorites for blending, because it looks like it might be hard, but it's really, really soft. To finish the look, I'm actually going to line inside the eye, and I like this look to really strengthen up the eye. So you can create this effect just by adding two products to the first look that we did, which would be your Smolder pencil and Shadowy Lady, which is the black and plum eyeshadow. Just blending those two products on the eyelid creates a completely different look for a completely different hue.
After seasons of showing in Milan, the Canadian-born twins Dan and Dean Caton of Dsquared returned to their hometown of Toronto to participate in Fashion Week.
It's kind of like our little homecoming. It's been a couple of years, really, since we've been back. We're going to give the opportunity for like the rest of the Canadians and the people that don't get a chance to get to Europe and see our shows and see what we're doing, to just like have a taste of what we're really doing.
An edited collection was brought from Milan and presented alongside their show video. Junkyard staging underscored the team's laid-back message.
We try to look or get inspired by things that aren't completely fashion or that have actually nothing to do with fashion. There's a lot of layers, it's all kind of pieced together. Large things, and we just hammer a belt to it and wrap it around. We don't like him to be tidy, rest up. He should just look like he kind of threw on his clothes, but he's gotta look cool. So we call it kind of like uncontractable or accidentally chic. Canadians are conservative, but in a weird way too, I have to say, being away from Canada, we appreciate our Canadianness more. And I think it's funny because, especially in this collection, there's a lot of things that are really Canadian.
We're Canadian boys, and this is our country, and we're here supporting them, and it's great to see that they're supporting us.
As the party gets going, we send our special reporters inside to take on the fashion crowd for a night on the town.
Two of the biggest faces in Canadian television with you, Much Music VJs Bradford Howe. Hey, how do you do? We're in front of Much Music headquarters in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And Rainbow Sun Frank.
Hey guys, you're back with Much Music. It's Fashion Week right here in Toronto, so we're going to be checking out this as well as the after party, as well as the after party. Well, hopefully you're just having a good time right here in Toronto. Let's go
Two
inside.
most fashionable guys in the city. Look at that. We're officially fashionable. Officially Dsquared approved. We're going to wrap it up here, though. We're going to have fun. Chill. Yeah, we're going to stay and party at Red, so you guys got to go, but thanks for joining us. We understand if you have to leave. Bye-bye. Seriously, go. Go, get out of here.